And my favourite story in the land is a coming out story. It's my friend Sam. He's a full gay, and he lives at home with his parents, as I do, and he just got the confidence the one night, I don't know where from, and his mum was in the bath. So he went and he knocked on the bathroom door, and she put a towel around. She came to the door and she said, "What is it, Sam?" And he went, "Mum, I'm gay." And she went, "Well, I don't need this anymore." I said gay, not incestuous. Running for the towel. I love that story so much, I love it.
You know the people in your year group at school, the people that were the hot ones in your year group? They were so hot they didn't bother to develop a personality because they were so good looking. They were never nice to you because they're so good looking. Then all the teachers were great to them because they were good looking. What I like to do is I like to go on Facebook, find them now, and check out how they've decayed. I send them little passive-aggressive messages like, "Is that you? I barely recognised you."
Talking to a friend of mine, I've got quite low self-esteem, and my friend was trying to sort of cheer me up, and she said, "I think you're a fox." I said, "Shut up, I'm not a fox." She said, "You are? I think you're a fox." I said, "Shut up, I'm not a fox." And then I had to think about it, and I thought, maybe I am a fox, in that I regularly eat out of bins.
I'm not worried about getting older, man. Do you know what I'm worried about? Putting on weight. I mean, I look like... I'm very self-conscious about my body. Not so self-conscious that I'm actually going to change my lifestyle, but I am self-conscious about it. This is how bad I've got it. I woke up one morning, I went to the bathroom, I looked in the mirror, I was so disgusted at the chocolate blancmange abomination that was staring back at me, that I went back to the bedroom and I apologised to my wife for my appearance. And she accepted my apology.
Let's talk about art now. I'd like to talk about art. Yeah, a bit of culture. My mother retired a few years ago, and she's now painting in her retirement. This is one of my mother's paintings. Isn't that glorious? This is of our family friend Patrick. Not only does it look like Patrick, I feel like it captures his essence. A beautiful painting. Based on these, I've been inspired to do my own. They've not come out as well, I'm going to be honest with you. I did one of Amanda Holden with a Britain's Got Talent buzzer for a head. Slightly different things that we're doing.
Big year for me last year. I actually went for my first ever massage last year as well. Oh, very exciting. Thought I planned the perfect Sunday for myself. Thought I'd have my favourite Sunday dinner, then I'll go for a massage. So I had a full roast chicken dinner, and then immediately went for a massage. You openly laughing at my decision there. Where were you when it happened? Because I don't know if you react to a full roast chicken dinner the same way I react to a full roast chicken dinner. But when I've had a full roast chicken dinner, if you even look at me the wrong way, I will fart until one of us is dead. So combine that with a situation where you're in a small windowless room with a complete stranger, not an ideal way to spend an afternoon.
I know we've all heard this one, yeah? Ready? I'll just have some of your chips. Will you now, huh? Will you? Just have some of my chips, will you? Not gonna order some, no? Just gonna have mine when they arrive. You've got the chance, but you're not gonna do it, eh? Well, you know, when we got married, they said in the vows we'd share everything, yeah, but not chips. They didn't mention chips. Chips were not mentioned. The only times chips were mentioned is when they said that, and under my breath, I said, "Except chips." I remember it.
Every woman in here knows she's part FBI agent. That's right. As soon as I had his full name, I launched a cyber investigation. Do you know how hard it was when I met his family to pretend like I didn't know everything about them already? I was so afraid that I was gonna say someone's name before they introduced themselves. Like, "Hey, Miriam, how you doing, girl? I mean, hey, girl, what's your name?" "How the renovations on the house going?" Damn, I'm supposed to know that.
Eventually, I became a good Asian American, and I went to school to get an economics degree. because that was the easiest degree that can still appease my Asian parents. But then after I graduated, I didn't want to do like econ or finance. So I went up to my dad. I was like, Dad, I don't want to do any of this. I want to go try and do stand-up. And he was like, what's a stand-up? You mean like a talk show? I was like, yeah, sure, talk show, whatever you want to call it, okay? But I want to go pursue my dreams. And he was like, no. Pursuing your dreams, how you become homeless. I was like, no, Dad, things are different now. We're in America, okay? In America, we're supposed to do what we love. He was like, no. Everyone does what they hate for money and use the money to do what they love.
Like, if I'm at a restaurant and I order a Coke and they're like, oh, we don't have Coke, is Pepsi okay? I'm like, I don't give a shit if you piss in a bucket as long as you pour a bag of sugar in with it and mix it in, okay? I want sugar and bubbles that I can pour down my throat that will coat the gray meat I've eaten earlier and bind with it and create a compound that will make me forget about my life for 20 minutes. So yes, Pepsi is fine.
My mum delivers compliments in a very interesting way. Some of you might have mums like this, some of you might be mums like this. For example, when my hair was a lot longer, instead of saying, your hair looks nice, my mum said, oh, you're not gonna get your hair cut, are you? So I've stopped saying I love you, and now I just say, I'll be really sad when you die.
I did the Apollo a few years ago for my last DVD. I should fill you in if you're here on all of the developments in my life. There's been some big developments. My life has changed. I've got a new debit card. I don't want to brag, but I have one of the touchy downy ones. You got one of these, Dan? If you haven't f***ing lived, mate. Oh my God. Never do you feel so smug in your life, do you? Then when they go, how do you like to pay? Just f***ing have, mate. See you later. Where am I off to? The future. Why don't you give me a call when you get there, Captain Checkbook? Thing is, you get used to it now, you can't go back. You go somewhere that doesn't have that technology, you can't believe your f***ing ears. It's just like to put in your PIN number, you f***ing kidding me? You expect me to stand here for 4 seconds, pushing buttons? What is this, a Victorian workhouse?
Then I remember getting the internet at first. That was exciting, right? And it was just something that you plugged in, and then as soon as you unplugged it, it was gone, right? It never dominated people's social time, never ruined people's mental health. It was just the internet. You would go on it for an hour, sit on a chat room. We were the original vile online trolls. Sitting, I'm talking to an American guy. There's a guy in America, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to him. This is f***ing amazing. You are a d***. Just called an American guy a d***. No, he's in America. I'm here. Just called him a d***. The guy replied. The guy's replied. Where you at, motherfucker? Where you at? I'm at your mum's house, mate.
I mean, I say I'm a feminist all the time to get out of stuff, mainly, but sometimes I'm not one. Should I tell you when I'm not one? When it's my turn to go at the shops in the rain. I'm not a feminist then. He's like, go at the shops, it's your turn. And I'm like, me? But I'm just a little dainty ballet lady.
MSN Messenger, like that was the very first... That was the original social media, right? And they were easier days. Yeah, if somebody asked you to send a photograph of yourself on MSN Messenger, sorry, I don't have a scanner. Right, it was simpler time. You never had kids becoming image obsessed because only about 12 photographs of you existed in the 90s. You're not going to send one of them to a girl you're talking to online. This is me and my dad on a pedalo in Mallorca.